Hello to anybody who's tuning in. I'm here with the Globe Live Tour. We are here in Liverpool today. We're out on the streets of Liverpool near Lime Street Station, just at the bottom of Parker Street. And we are talking to people about questioning what they've been taught as fact. Hi, Clive. Hi, Green King. It's going okay. It's going good. Flat Earth Trev. Hello, my darling. How you doing? Graham Dunlop, Oz Wizard. How you doing, everybody? There's Lisa having an interaction just there. Jason's interacting. Anthony's interacting. And yeah, free flow. Everything's going all right. Everything's going fine. There was really bad weather last night, and I had a lot of problems being on Truth Frequency radio with Paul on the plane. I did like the first hour and was able to communicate for a certain amount of time, but it got ridiculous, and unfortunately we couldn't carry on listening because the connection was so bad. No worries, Clive. Globe 76, no worries, and chilled today, no worries. Chilled today. Graham. Dave Mordy. I'll double check that with Jason. Trev, I will double check that. Cheers. Double A, my brother from another mother. Thank you, my darlings. Yeah, so I'm going to go over to the crowd. I'm just going to, again, try and get the hands to do this because I've got leaflets, I've got cards, I've got quite a lot that I'm trying to hold here. And hopefully you'll be able to see.
What stops the map from being bigger? What stops the map from being bigger?
The fact that the Earth's not infinite, I think.
Yeah. But how do you know though? You believe that it's not infinite, right?
Because we've seen it all, haven't we?
Yeah, but we've seen it all doesn't mean it's round.
That's not what I said, is it? You asked why the map isn't infinite. I said because the world isn't infinite.
Yeah, but we don't know that we've seen it all, do we? If it is infinite, if it is infinite, there's more land.
Yeah, but it isn't, is it?
Well, how do you
What's
know?
your best belief for that? What would be your best belief for what you're saying?
We've seen all the world, haven't we?
How do you know we've explored the room? What's your best evidence for that?
Room? What room?
The world.
The room. All right, let me bring it down to your level then, darling.
Oh,
Space.
Don't call me an idiot.
Outer space. No, I didn't call you an idiot.
Let me bring it down to
how
your
about you did
level,
it
darling.
first?
Come
The
on.
face you pulled at me, you pulled the first punch.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't have a clue.
All right, so I'm
I don't know
saying,
what the
okay,
room
wait a
means.
minute. Okay,
The room's
okay.
the area.
It's the area.
Okay, that
So
makes
what's
sense.
your best evidence of that?
What my best evidence of
Of
the
you've been
room?
taught.
I
What
don't
you've
know
been
what the room-
taught. What you've been taught. What have you been
What
taught?
have I been taught regarding the
Been taught what I've been taught.
sphericity of the Earth?
Do you think the horizon's bendy, curved?
I don't know. Don't really have opinions on the horizon. I
Okay,
been on a
so
plane?
Have I been on a plane? Yeah.
Have you looked out the window?
Have I looked out the window? Yeah.
Did you ever see any curve, or did you never look for it?
I'm not really asked about the curve, you know.
Right.
It didn't really occur to me until I saw
Next
this.
time you go on a plane, look out the horizon.
I'm all right, mate.
No,
Cheers.
okay. No, sorry. No.
30,000 feet. No, thank you. Thank you. 30,000 feet. You're supposed to see curvature.
Yeah.
You-
It's neat. So,
30,000 feet on Google Earth. You can zoom out to 30,000 feet on Google Earth, and you'll turn to the horizon, and it'll show you an obvious curve. That's the model that they tell us that we live on, a ball.
okay.
But at 30,000 feet, we don't see curve. Concorde is claimed that we see curve. That flew at 70,000 feet. Don't see any curve. Neil.
It's all right, the camera's on me. We're questioning what people have been taught about where they live. So I'm not making any claims that it's something else. We're just asking people why do they believe what they're taught at school. So obviously everyone at school gets taught the same thing. I'm just saying the camera's on me, it's not on anyone else. Obviously we all...
Is this a flat earth?
No, that's why you're writing me off. That's why I want just 30 seconds. Just hear me out for 30 seconds. No, we're not the Flat Earth Society. We're not claiming the Earth's flat. We're asking, that's the claim that's been made to us all. That's been taught to me, you, everyone. I've got kids that are 16. That. There's nothing smart about it. What were you taught at school? All right. I'm pointing at a picture, brother. It's not rocket science. What were you taught at school about where you live? It's not a cryptic question. Why do you think you live on a spinning ball? Who taught you that? Who taught you space, solar system, Earth, spin, gravity? Who taught you it? Right, school. No, so you're on my level, right? I got taught what you got taught. You got taught what we all got. London. West London, yeah. So I got taught what everyone else got taught. Schools are a national curriculum. We all get taught the same thing, yeah? So all I'm saying is, have you ever questioned that? And if you haven't, why do you believe it? I just want your, like Santa. If I said, why do you believe in Santa? Why do you believe it?
Because it's based off objective and reliable scientific data, which has been
No.
validated.
Stop. Because you're saying what I used to say. You're saying you're regurgitating what you've been taught.
Yeah.
That's not evidential fact. We can't go to court with that tomorrow. So I'm saying.
You can't go to court.
All right, no, I'm being. No, come on.
That's objective, reliable, testable.
See what you're doing now? You're not having a civilized conversation with me about it. Do you know why? Because you said, I'm trying to teach you that. You said to me, bro.
You're trying to preach.
No.
So I'm trying
You
to
did. You said, are you that flat earth? And I'm
No,
telling you,
you're
I'm
trying
not.
to preach.
No, bro. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Just let me regurgitate what I said.
Do you have any qualifications?
I don't need any. What qualifications do you need?
All right, well,
So you're writing it off.
Well, I'll
The
just
flat
be
earth
expert,
movement have done a move
well,
on
I've
you.
got a master's degree in science.
Okay, and that
at
makes you.
UCL in
Oh,
London.
look, guys, he's got a master's degree. Would it matter
UCL,
to you if I
yes.
did? Would it matter to you if I did?
I'll
Do I have
respect
to
your
bring it
opinion,
into?
but just based off what you're saying, I can tell that.
My father's got a master's,
quite-
darling. He's
Oh,
got a master's. He's got a
Is your
master's.
father here?
There's a few people. He's my dad, and he taught me everything I know. But you're laughing at me, and that's rude, bro. You are. You're being rude. Don't you think that's kind of mean that he's laughing at me?
You're making extraordinary claims.
You did by believing the one that was taught. I just tried to take it away from you, and you didn't have it, and it was man-made. So carry on, laugh, walk off. Bye. I had to just tell him to call it, bruv, because he was being rude. So he's a troll. Yeah. But I served him. I'm laughing at you. You're being weird. Your face is a laugh. Your face is a laugh. Go on. Bye. Yeah. So funny. So as you can see, people out here, they don't want to accept that they've been taught a lie. They thought I had to tell them, I'm not giving you a new paradigm. You see it for yourself. Are you these crazy flat earthers? The Flat Earth Society have done a number out here, you know. This is something I'm going to talk about a lot more. The number the Flat Earth Society have done on the truth. They've done a real number on the truth. They've got a lot of people out here laughing at us because they think we're members of the Flat Earth Society. So, in that sense, sorry, darling. Yeah, in that sense, I feel like. Can I ask you what your thoughts of this are? It's right, the camera's on me. This is filming me and me talking to people. I'm trying to ascertain why people believe what they're taught. So I'm not making any claims. Just know, so I'm not claiming any new paradigm to you here.
We're over there, and we were just like.
Just want to have a little read and
See what they've got up.
Yeah. Don't worry, this isn't the Spanish Inquisition or anything. Do you know what it is? I'm incredibly impressed that some people just stopping and looking. Don't think I'm thinking everyone's agreeing, but I'm just incredibly impressed that some humans are stopping.
Loads of people over here and thought, let's have a look.
Yeah.
Just to see other people's point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't believe any of it, but do you know, not at all.
Then do you know, if you're saying that you don't believe in any of that, do you know what you're saying to me? That you don't believe what you're taught? Because all this is doing is telling you what you're taught is a load of crap.
How do you mean?
So if you look at this banner, a lot of people to me have said today, this banner's claiming that the Earth's flat. But all it's actually doing is telling you the claim that's been made to you through the Ministries of Education might not be accurate, which isn't a claim. Does that make sense? So a lot of people are using a bit cognitive, they're looking at it and they're seeing the Earth is flat and this is a claim and it's a Pizza Dish in space. And I'm trying to work out the psychology of that, where people are making that glitch. Because I just had a conversation with 3 kids that went, oh, you're crazy flat earthers and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going, why do people think that? Why do people think people are crazy?
It's not claiming that the Earth is flat.
So that's why I want you to know. I wanted to know why you're thinking that. Is it something you've seen elsewhere? Or is there some... Have you come across this subject before?
Why did I have that presumption?
Yeah, from looking at this.
Because I saw the word proof Earth is not
Yeah,
spinning
but see
and
if
the
you...
word lie.
Okay,
Those
those two. So can I ask you, so where these aren't my banners, this is me just on a fact-finding thing. See if you'd seen that banner by itself, I know that you've seen that one now, so we can't go back. It's a really difficult question. It's like deal or no deal, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at just this banner here, because I have a banner quite similar to this. I don't have one like that.
Yeah.
But this one here, all this one talks about is belief systems, Santa, fairies, all of that.
Yeah.
And the education system, people being taught things and then taught to teach. Not to say we're taking it all away, because I'm glad to see you're in uniform, because I've interviewed a few people in the military, in the Air Force. There are a lot of pilots that are telling me that they don't account for curvature when flying. There are a lot of pilots that say that they would actually have to dip their nose about 9 degrees every so often to account for Earth's curvature. So when I've got learned individuals that come from a military background, kind of not claiming it's flat, they're just saying the trigonometry used for the radius, space agencies, entry into Earth's atmosphere, taking into account curve, looking at boats that go over the horizon because the horizon line's apparently X amount of miles away before we can't see it go over the curve. But that doesn't explain a Nikon bringing a ship back into full zoom when it's disappeared from your eye through the lines of perspective. I've had military talking to me about the Coriolis effect and how it doesn't quite work out when you transform that onto what we've been taught. There's a bit of a discrepancy when you go through training, and it's a bit this and it's a bit... We've got it documented and evidential as interviews. So I know that there's a grey area, and I'm just... they teach us a lot for a long time.
I think, right, what it is for me is we talk of belief and evidence,
right?
But the belief because there is more evidence supporting the globe.
And that's my point exactly.
And that's why we believe.
But that's my...
More evidence.
So can I come back to that?
These people, characters aren't real, then there is.
Right.
We believe.
And that was me too. That was me too, because my school that raised me, the Ministries of Education that taught me and got me through my GCSEs, they omitted to leave that word off the end, model. They were teaching it to me as if it was fact. Schools kind of duped me. I don't know if they duped you, but I was done hook, line and sinker. I took that as gospel. I took that, we were on that as gospel.
But can you take anything other than gospel?
Oh no, but that's 16 years of my life being taught a model, which is fine. I don't mind being taught a model. Teach me a model, but don't piss up my back and tell me it's raining, if you know what I mean. And I feel like I got a little bit pissed up on my back because they omitted to say it was a model, but then when I look at CGI, the mainstream media and propaganda, it backs it up. CGI in the news, we see the ball spinning behind all this. So they kind of guide you to buy it. Everywhere you go, behind the Ministries of Education, and then I've been asked why people lie, and I know that there's a variant of answers for that as well. But when I'm looking at, like you said, the evidence, I haven't looked at evidence for a flat Earth. I've actually looked at evidence for the claim that I've been taught. And what I do find is that I end up going down a lot of roads that lead to questions that can't be easily answered, and I'm like, oh dear. That's in my life. We all know that probably the one thing we can't get back is time. We can get pretty much everything back but time. And when we're looking at our lives and feeling like we're human beings, and if we're going to ask fundamentally who we are, and why we're here, that's why we have religions. Because people search for these answers. This is the misconception. It's not that I believe it's flat, it's just I don't believe what we've been taught.
Left and right politics.
No, it's not. No, it's not, darling.
Yeah, it's a contrast.
But my analogy is it's a paradigm. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, you're right. You've got it on the nail. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. You absolutely hit the nail on the head. And that's what I've kind of realised. And more people I'm speaking to, they kind of go, "Oh, sorry, I thought you were a flat earther." And I'm like, I've just denounced what I've been taught. It's okay. I don't need to be. But I think the words and the statement "flat earther" has been weaponised somehow. I'm not sure how, where, why, or when. But it seems to have happened.
Do you believe that?
I believe in evidence. I believe in evidence, what I can actually see in the real world. I know that in maths we can do a couple of things. There's some maths that's real, and there's some maths that we use to explain some things that we can't explain. So I know that if I say 2 and 2 is 4, I've got 4 fingers. But I know that if I have 5 ice creams and I give you 6, I can now say I'm left with -1. If I go to do that in the real world now, I can't give you 6, I can only give you 5 because the sixth one doesn't exist. So I know, I get it, I get that bit, and I know that I don't have to be a massive learned individual to understand that we all can be critical. I'm pretty much thinking that in the military, you're pretty much, I'm guessing this, are you not provoked to be independent critical thinkers to a certain degree and come away from that narrative? And so that's why I try to appeal to military, because I feel like you're a little bit out of this sleepwalking that other people are doing. These people, they're going from A to B. They don't look and run their peripheral. They're not looking 5 cars in front and 5 cars behind. They're just like bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
And I find that even what we're doing now, you're allowing this to be a civilized conversation, or borderline socially accepted for me to be questioning what I've been taught as fact. But that's all I'm out here doing. Questioning what I've been taught is fact. I'm not making any claims or pushing any model, and I'm hoping that you guys have got that from me today instead of thinking I'm a flat earth.
Everyone here who is actually a I hate to use that term.
So do I, because it's kind of condescending, right? It's almost like a loaded terminology, but I think that's where we are. We're at the point where people have questioned what they've been taught. But don't you find it strange that something that's been taught to us by man gets people so triggered? Like more triggered than someone going, I'm Catholic, I'm Protestant, or I'm gay, I'm not gay. This is like, I've seen people get violent over this stuff.
See, I personally don't care what anyone else wants to think. It's not my opinion, it's their opinion. Like, we literally only come across because we saw the board
And that to me shows me how independent you guys are as far as your thinking is concerned. You don't need to see other people do what they do before you decide to do. That's why you do what you do, obviously, because you're not waiting for the next person to. And that's why I respect what you do, because you put your heads above the parapet of what society expects us to do. Society just expects us to go and get a job, to go and do what we're told and not do anything more. Whereas you guys, you've taken that to the next level and you've gone, actually, I'm a little bit of a patriot here. I'm not just caring about myself. I'm going to care about all of you lot as well, and I'm going to do the best I can to protect you all. And I know that if you were to see something that was a little bit alarming, you would probably do your best to try and tell your counterparts, no, I'm not going to sell this to you, but have you seen that ditch there? Don't drop in it, because there might be a bit of a, and that's really where I'm at out here going, I'm questioning this. Has anyone else questioned it? If they haven't, why do we believe what we believe? And most of the people that I've spoken to about the claim that's been taught have said to me the reason they believe that is because they've seen pictures. And I'm going, I don't know if you guys would believe that. If your sergeant came to you and said, we've only got some pictures, and that pictures have no metadata, we've got no one to corroborate those pictures, but we're going to go in and bomb, I'm sure your sergeant would say we need a bit more data than that. We can't just do that. And when I'm seeing my brothers and sisters out here going, of course we do, I've seen a picture, and I'm going, wow, is that all you needed? Christ.
Why are you out here then? Like, what's the reason for it?
To do this? I can't do this in a pub. No, this isn't socially accepted to talk about. So I found the only way I could do this was, well, we could ask that about a lot of things. You know, does it really matter what people are doing in Love Island? But people seem to care, you know? Right, and so for me, I care about my time. I care about my time. And once I realised this, I said, okay, am I crazy? Am I the only one that's thinking this is a possibility now? There's real reason to start questioning these things. And then I realised that society doesn't allow me to do that, because society's already agreed what they want me to do, and society's already implemented that if people go against fact, they're called this, they're called that, and they're held back. So that is another fundamental reason for why I'm out here, because I kind of go, well, no, I'm curious. I want to know what you think, and I want to know what this guy thinks, and I want to know what that person thinks, because I find it interesting why people think what they think now. And that's like, you could say, you know, I didn't find golf interesting before. Now I do. And it's just something, so I'm still work. I've got my children. I'm a contributive member of society. I don't need to do this. I don't have free time on my hands, but it's something that I want to talk about. It's something that I want to know why we're only supposed to talk about what we're told to talk about, but yet we're not told to talk about, you know, the human trafficking that's going on. You know, what all of our armies and navies right now are fighting for, shutting shipping lanes down in the Middle East because, you know, of all of the horrendous things that are going on there. I know the media dribbles it out in bits and pieces to the people, because most of the people don't care. They don't care about what you guys do.
Yeah.
They just care about going to Tesco to get their cheap meat from the meat that's been factory farmed, that's never seen the light of day, so long as they can make their chicken curry.
That's kind of why I'm wondering, like, surely there's other things you care about more.
Yeah, this, what you're doing. You cared enough to come over here to see what it was all about, and you seem, but you cared enough to have a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that's what makes us human. And that really, there's no selling, there's no. I'm not trying to get you to buy into some. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. No worries. Thank you. Yeah, I did my best, but they're two boys that are military, innit? And they're the rifles. So you already know. I was as polite as I could be, said all I can, and I'm sorry if I haven't. Yeah, listen, the reason the globe's a lie is because it's clearly and observably flat. It's a whole sentence. I think if you don't say it in a whole sentence, it can be taken out of context, right? Let me just sit down for a sec. I think if you don't say this in a whole sentence, it can be easily misconstrued. If you just say it's flat, people assume you've explored the room. And if you say it's not flat, people think you're saying it's the ball. So I think, in general, one has to say the reason the globe's a lie is because it's clearly and observably flat. Am I wrong? Someone got a better way of saying it? Sorry, I'm just looking at the sun. Oh, but with the guy in the black top, is it the guy in the black top? Because he wanted to come. Thank you, my darlings. What's going on in the chat room as well? I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I'm gonna go and get my coffee. Hold on.
I mean, there is no proof of that. That's another thing, okay? There is no proof. It's just
I'm saying there's no proof of World War II. It's like it was written down in records, it was taken in records, but then.
well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's an image.
The education is a belief system based on that because there is no scrolls, there was nothing written down, there is no.
That's right. That's right.
The guy ever existed.
That's right.
But I think it's like since. Okay.
It's your perception, isn't it? It's how you're perceiving it.
Shadows. It's written in some books that this experiment was done with obelisks, with wells, with sticks and shadows. Okay, and if you work out the maths, it doesn't work out.
But it's okay. It's okay. You can point to a couple of images, but have you considered any of the other information on here?
This is not the map of the world.
No, I would probably say that someone's used that as a visual representation, but I don't think that's someone making a claim. It's a visual aid.
Actually, how is a spinning ball or not?
I think that's a $64,000 question.
Does it feel like it spins?
Doesn't feel like it's spinning to me. Why do you believe what you're taught, sir?
How is actually the map of the world?
Sir, if I can ask, why do you believe?
One guy in the 16th century, 1580 something, Fernando Magellan on his name, he made the tour of the world. He goes always with the sunrise on his back. And he go from Portugal, from here, crossing by the Magellan Pass, crossing by Oceania. In Oceania, here, actually, he died, killed by the...
And all along, the North Pole, the North is pulling in, so you can't do anything but go around. The North will
sun was coming
constantly.
up on his back
Sir, look like this. Look like this. East west. Say you're the North Pole. Okay. Look, I'm going. I get pulled to the north. 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 I'm here. I'm back where I started. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
the Earth should be something like this.
Maybe.
How
Maybe.
it is.
So you were saying the sun came on his back every morning. Okay, so if he's travelling this way, the sun comes over his back, takes over him, it's night time, next day comes round again, takes over him.
What I'm saying, sir, is there is no evidence for this. There is no evidence. No evidence.
They are not. But in that case, why here and here the day are 6 months, the day, 6 months the night, here and here, on this point. Here and here, the day is variable.
Sir?
From 3 minutes.
Sir, may I say
more
something?
Or less each
Sir?
day are growing
Sir,
and
may I
descending.
Sir, may I say something?
Yeah.
May I say something? See this line here?
Yeah.
Do you know what this line is called?
Yeah.
May I tell you?
Yeah.
It is called the 60th parallel.
Okay.
Okay. Past this 60th parallel,
Yeah, but here the
sir, let me
parallel is
finish.
called two.
Sir, let me finish. The 60th parallel is not free to go for civilians, okay? The Antarctic Treaty prevents civilians from going. Sir, you're giving me proof. You're saying 6 months sun here, 6 months sun here. Where's your
But
evidence?
Here it is.
Where is your evidence?
Here it is the day,
Correct.
The day is 6 months.
Do you know why?
Here it
Look,
is.
look. If this is the sun, look, I'm being the sun. Look, look,
But
look. Sir, let me finish. Look, the sun. Winter, summer. Okay, Australia's winter is our summer. Yeah, when we are in summer, Australia is in winter. Okay, yes? Okay, so the sun here. Okay, winter. Winter, summer. Do you understand, sir?
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand this moment.
Okay.
Look, I'm talking you about
Yeah.
the daylight.
Okay.
So here and here. And it's prohibited now crossing the 16 parallel. Because it was accepted till second
This I don't
World
give
War.
airtime to this. This here.
Let me finish.
Okay, you can finish, but it doesn't mean I'm going to
6 months
entertain
day,
it.
6 months day, 6 months night, 6
Okay,
months night.
that's be good for you.
Here, on the middle, on what is known like equator. 12 day, every day, 12 hours every
Still
day,
not
day.
proof. This doesn't prove this, sir. No, sir. No. I can't agree with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I can't, no, sir, I won't talk here. No. Tell me here. Start talk to me here. Go on.
On the north pole, here
Yep.
is supposed to be the south pole.
Okay.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Here the day is 12, 6 months, here 6 months.
Yep.
On the equator, the day is 12 hours, the night 12 hours.
Right.
Here on 45 parallel, the day and the night are growing and descending about 3 minutes. From
A lot of this circumstantial. I mean, you're not really going to be able to prove any of this. So
summer solstice.
that's good. Summer solstice, winter solstice.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Spring,
These
equinox,
arguments are no
autumn
good.
equinox.
Do you know why these arguments are no good?
Yeah.
Because they work on both. So it's no good. It's not a good question. It's not a good question.
What is the question?
The question is you're asking about the 6 months light here, 6 months, of the daylight. For me, this is not a good question because this is not an evidential conversation we're having here.
Yeah, it is.
This is not, bro.
This is.
But I'm going to if someone else wants to have this conversation, I'm good with this, but I can't waste my time with this. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, I can't go.
One argument. You could
But it's not
answer
an
this one
argument.
question.
Do you understand? You're begging the question,
My
sir.
question is why here?
It's not.
Is 6 months if the earth is not
Okay.
spinning ball.
Okay. But your
If
question,
the earth is not spinning ball, why
okay.
here and here?
Gosh.
So in that case,
Sir.
on the center in the border,
Sir.
there's 6 months day, 6 months
Sir.
night. On equator line,
I'm
it's
trying,
12
man.
hours day, 12
I'm trying.
hours nights, always.
Yeah,
And
I get it.
45 parallel,
I know, I feel
The
bad.
day and the nights are changed.
feel bad.
3
Z
minutes
Proxy, shout out
from
Z
one day
Proxy.
to other.
Yeah.
And more or less.
Yeah.
Why is this thing if the earth is flat? If the earth is flat.
No, if the earth isn't what we're taught, now let's have the question. Not if it's flat. It's clearly and observably flat. But I'm here to talk
Everything-
about.
Listen,
I'm not here to talk. I don't know if he thinks he's talking to Flat Earth Society. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know.
If this thing is moving,
Again, you're begging the question.
starting by subatomic parts.
I beg it. I can't do this. Sorry. Oh, no. All right. At this point, I'm walking away because I can't do it. I can't. I'm gonna have to take a seat, man. Wow. Okay. There's some characters out here today. You know. I'm not even getting vexed. It's just help me out, guys. I don't know how much of that I'm supposed to entertain. I can't entertain that kind of conversation. He's not even. It's just. I don't know. Maybe time wasting or. But me, I'm either not resonating today or what. I'm not going there. Sorry. Where we go one, we go all. Thank you. Yeah, and do you know what it is? It's incredibly draining. And it's not that I'm not built for this, don't get me wrong, but obviously when I'm talking to someone that English isn't their first language, as soon as the conversation gets difficult, it's like they go on like they don't understand. So it's like, this is difficult and painful. So yeah, hold on, it's a bit windy. No, can you see? Hold on, let me do this. You can see the banner behind me. And yeah, all right, admittedly, I should probably be here. I should actually probably be here. Oh wow, 007. Oh man. Bruv, look. 00, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Look. Double 007, look. It's the girl that we spoke to in the coffee shop while we were on the phone with the two dogs. She's now looking at the leaflet. And 007, can you hear what I'm saying? Look who's reading the leaflet. Look who Lisa just gave the leaflet to. The girl with the dogs, bruv. Remember the girl that I was chatting to? Yeah, bruv, that's what I'm saying. Lisa just gave her a leaflet and she just went on her phone and proper looked it up. Can you believe that? What are the chances? That same girl. Wow. Oh, wow. Hold on. Let me go. I just missed one there. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying attention to my chat room. Oh, I'm really sorry. Hold on. I will get there. Where was it? I found it. Somewhere. Okay. Thank you. The earth is seriously flat. Roxanne, the blessed globe zombie slayer, teaching with love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everybody that is tuned in. And I think there's another super chat somewhere that I'll find. And I'm so sorry that I missed it. I wasn't looking at my screen, and a lot of people aren't really happy with me filming them in their face. And
Hey, Rox,
hey.
how's it going?
It's good. I spoke to the two army dudes. They're just over there
I
scoping
just asked
now.
those army guys about Coriolis, and they say you don't account for it. But then sniper guns over there.
You know the sniper guys I was talking to. I spoke to them for about 20 minutes. They were so cool with me.
Yeah.
They were so cool, and they just said to Spurs they don't account for Coriolis. And I did mention it to them. I said we've spoken to people. I know that Ruben's brother, everybody equals man control square. His brother is sniper trained.
And he don't account for Coriolis
No,
whatsoever.
babe, he's got a personal testimony.
Yeah.
Like Ruben, if you're watching this on a playback or you get to see this, we're talking about your brother Drew. And that he accounts, he has a personal testimony for that. He's been through the whole rigmarole, and yeah, we have. So yeah, that's Spurs Schemo. He's off camera, but he's there. Just shout.
I'm here, we're just flat smacking in Liverpool.
So there's his feet. I'm showing your feet. I'm showing them Adidas. That's it. We know he's a self-evident truth because there's a person there. So yeah. Yeah, Eye Level Awakening and 00. Hopefully everything's all right there. I've just got more notifications. Right. Right, sorry, I'm just having to look at notifications because I'm getting them while I'm live. So, yeah, we're here in Liverpool today. We are just down the road from Lime Street Station, and we've been talking to people. You've seen me have a couple of conversations on camera. Admittedly, I've had quite a few conversations today that have been off camera, which have gone really well. So that's been brilliant. I've handed out quite a few leaflets, and off camera, again, I've had quite a few meaningful conversations where I've been able to put a call to action at the end and get people to really look into things. I've also kind of implored people to prove me wrong as well. I've kind of said, look, like, if you think this is wrong, if you think this isn't right, and you think like you know better and you've got evidence that goes against, like, then fine, bring it to us. We'll take a look and we'll eat our hats. But here we are, X amount of years later, and nobody's got none. I see Nathan Oakley still looking for evidence of the claim, and no one seems to be. My hands are shaking because I'm cold, so I'm leaning it on my back. No, my bag's here. And I'm leaning the phone on my bag to kind of keep it steady. Anthony's got a gizmo. I should probably look. Anthony's got a right decent gizmo. But no, I'm not going to. No, I don't know what to do about them filming wise. Can you see Anthony? Don't know. Can you see him? Yeah, there. So yeah, you can see. There just now. That's the back of Anthony. And I don't know if you can see here with my top. Got my Stop Believing This on, and it just keeps raining as well. This weather's really bad. Hi. Clive Albert. Flat Earth Trav. Flat Earth Trav. Just hold that thought for a minute, because obviously, as you all know, I'm a mummy, and as much as I would love to be on this tour, I really would love to be on this tour for a lot longer. I've got an incredible amount of responsibilities at home. And between work and coming out onto this tour, it's literally taken all of me to do that and to be here. So I am here. Should we just sit here and do the windswept look? Because I have no hair bubbles on me. And I think I look a bit crass putting sunglasses on my head when the weather is like this. Look at the weather. Like, raindrops keep falling on my head. Literally. So, yeah. That's all she wrote on that one. Karen B, hello, my darling. Exactly. Like, everything else comes after me being a mum. So I have been away from my children now, pretty much like every day. Every single day I've not been around them. And I've been coming out here, I've been working, as well as doing this as well. And I got a call from my daughter today, and it looks like I need to go home. So, not in a bad way. It was just like, Mummy, can you come home today, please? So I was like, obviously, I'm coming home. And I'm missing them a lot. And yeah, missing them a lot. So, as sad as I am to have to leave the tour, I'm excited to go home and see the kids. But it's hard. It's hard because you need that balance, but you can't be everywhere at the same time. So, as you all know, the tour is going further north, and then the tour is going to go to Ireland, and then after Ireland, it's going to come back, and then we're going to do the Kidderminster Convention, and then after that, it's Europe time, which is when I really need to buckle up and pull my socks up. So, I'm still yet to learn how to drive this camper. I'm a little bit intimidated by it. It's like 7 foot wide, and the biggest thing I've ever driven is a Transit. So I'm a little bit concerned about driving it. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you about that. So there's a few people that have said they're going to give me some points and tips and hints and whatnot. So. So. Okay, no one's chasing Vickers. Silly people. What are the chances of that actual troll having that name as well? Of all the names you could have in the world. Ridiculous. So, no, I'm just out here speaking to people about what they've been taught and questioning what they've been taught. And, is it socially acceptable to question what we've been taught? In fact, evidently not if you look at my life. Evidently not. So, shout out to the trolls, shout out to all the naysayers out there, shout out to the people that think we're absolutely loonies. And yes, children first. So I have left the children with family, and the children have been absolutely fine. And yeah, I'm going to go home to the children later on today and see them. And then I'm going to come back out on the tour when I can. But I will definitely be at Kidderminster on the 13th, alongside many other people. Dolly's going to be there as well. and it is going to be a blast. It's going to be an absolute blast. For some reason, my phone is now nudging, so we've got fun times going on here with the technologies. So, yeah, Green King, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, darling. Seriously. As you know, there's a lot of rigmarole and ridicule out there for people that are doing this. And we're getting a lot of hard time from people that are against us and people that claim to agree that they're not on a ball as well. Still never worked that one out. That's going to be a myth to me for my life. We all know the globe's a lie, but everyone's fighting each other. Mad. So, yeah, Karen B, Clive Albert, where's the curve? See you later, darling. And thank you, Green King. Good times for all. Billy Boy. Brian, where's the curve? Dash. Is Dave with you today? Dave Marsh, Dave Murphy. No, Dave's here today, I'm afraid, darling. We've got Spurs Schemo, we've got myself, we've got Sleeping Warrior, we've got Jason of the Disbury, we've got Brian Suka, we've got Lisa, and yeah, and another guy, I don't know his name yet, but I'm going to find out his name. Hi, Rob. Just Jack. Ace McLeod as well. So, JJ, I don't know if I'm saying that wrong, Dave Mordy. Yeah, there's good stuff going on behind me. There's good stuff, look. Okay. Yeah? Lisa's doing great. She is. She's doing great. She's kind of just getting people into the room, handing out leaflets. See? She's got a smile on her face all the time, handing out leaflets. She's doing a fantastic job. Look. Awesome. Absolutely brilliant. Handing out them red pills. Wow, if only everyone could be that, like, happy and supportive. Green King said, thank you, Roxanne. You have a brilliant YouTube channel. Keep up the brilliant work. Thank you. Thank you so much. Clive Albert, a full house. Like I said, there's people here that have been interacting for a long time now. There's been people here that have been here for over an hour. Definitely arguing the toss with a lot of subjects, but still delving into a lot of other subjects. So it's good. It's really good. And as you can see, you can see how Lisa's just handing out the leaflets. Sorry if my arm's shaking. Crap. Sorry. So as you can see, where is she gone? Yeah, she's gone just behind the lamppost. So, yeah, you can see that she's handing out a lot of leaflets and she's doing a lot of bits and pieces. Paraguaras. Hi from Mexico. Check out Flat Earth. Why is that not coming up properly? Well, hello from Mexico. How you doing? Really? What bin behind me? Bin behind me? There isn't a bin, so I don't know. I don't know where the bin is. There isn't a bin. You see what I'm saying? There's no bin. Yeah. So, hi Rick D. Awesome, Karen. Yep, everybody check out the link. Yes, Paraguay's. We have checked out the football club. Quite a few people have ordered tops and checked that out. So that's a good look. That is a really good look. To the left of your stand. Hey. That was Spurs Schemo chasing after a couple of girls. She was like, you just missed. He's going to go and chat to them. He's going to keep it moving. Oh, he's a good boy. Good. Yeah. Great. I can't see it to the left of the stands. I can't see a bin. So. Awesome. Thank you so much to everybody sharing information in the chat room. Sorry guys, just having a sip of my coffee. And yeah, struggling with my battery. My battery on my phone's just really gone downhill in the last, I don't know, week. So that person's got a wig on. It's really interesting. So
Astronomy, observational science. Yeah. It's not a cause and effect relationship. No, it is because the cause of having a mass greater than the Chandrasekhar limit means that you can then predict.
Thank you, Joey.
What it's going to fall into. No, it is.
But that's not proving a cause.
No, it is. It's proving that the cause of stuff like black holes, as opposed to
can you hear?
neutrons.
Can you hear it? Chat room. If not, I'll put the mic closer.
No. It is. It's proving it. I'm using maths to show that if you have mass of a certain size. No, I'm not. I'm proving that the cause. You're not proving anything. I am using maths. No, maths doesn't prove it. It calculates it correlation. It proves that when you have mass over a certain limit, it forms different things.
Do you agree that scientific method is the definition of science? In contrast, non-adherence to scientific method is pseudoscience. No.
Because the definition of science is the study of the laws of the universe. And
So
not
if
the laws of the
I,
universe.
if I get the definition of pseudoscience on my phone and it doesn't say,
I'm not asking what pseudoscience is to find science.
I'm asking you, does science and the adherence to scientific method?
Hey, this is getting juicy. Really juicy.
Because otherwise how would you measure anything?
Right, so agreed, you get your dependent variable. So where in any scientific experiment is maths your independent variable?
Because you alter the value of
Because you
x
can
in an
alter,
equation.
you alter value of mass. That's how they proved
That's your
FXMA.
hypothesis.
No, they then
Dear.
By doing what?
by experimenting it.
Right, but the maths isn't the cause. Maths is the calculation of the effects.
But any quantum
No,
mechanics
no,
proves that you've ever done
acceleration.
is done by
Acceleration
mathematical
is
proof.
And that's why quantum mechanics is a
Wow.
and it replaced Newtonian principles of gravity as well.
Well, if it's so highly divisible, how come it's changed? I've already taken over Newtonian mechanics. It's so highly
Quantum mechanics replaced Newtonian principles from gravitation
It
years.
doesn't. It's just
Yeah, it does.
you use
It does.
No, it replaced gravitational calculations in masses underneath the value of an atom.
Yeah.
Not anything greater than the atom. That's still used for Newtonian mechanics.
So,
it hasn't
so do the
overtaken
laws of
Newton.
quantum mechanics not apply to the rest of the world at the macro level, or do they still pervade?
No, not at the macro level. The macro level still use Newtonian mechanics, only at the nano level would it be used.
So the answer to my question is no. You say quantum mechanics doesn't apply at the macro level.
Depending on the equation.
No, not depending on the equation. In
No,
real
but it
world,
is.
in experiments.
No, it
No, but it is
Quantum
because
mechanics.
each equation includes a different value of x depending on what you're calculating.
Quantum mechanics,
but
yes or
isn't
no?
that-
Quantum
no, but
mechanics
hold on.
does not affect anything at the macro
It does.
level.
It does in certain
Of course it
It
does.
does
Proved
because
it.
it's a
It
chain
does.
reaction, because everything's made at a nano
Right.
level.
So that means
That's
quantum
right.
mechanics
But then
pervades.
as you collect something, things behave differently because of the level of interactions that you have between other materials.
So it pervades.
No, it's not that one is superior
To
to the
the
other.
other, they're
It
both
just
used
they're-
in contingency with each
Yeah.
other. Because that's the only way it works.
They only work, and it's why De Broglie's hypothesis was so influential, because it was the first thing that linked quantum to Newtonian mechanics using Planck's constant. And that was the first moment people went, oh shit, these two could actually be related. These two are fundamentally the same principles of the laws of the universe at work. They just explain things in a slightly different way.
So are you saying
And yet mass is at the base of all of it, showing that both of them are correct.
that may well be the case? But my question is quantum mechanics different, not applicable or applicable to anything beyond the macro level? Yes or no?
It's not different. Quantum
Right.
mechanics is
So it's-
fundamental.
Right,
It's
that's
not-
my point. So
it's
quantum
not different,
mechanics
but it
did
can be
replace
cut.
Newtonian concepts from...
It didn't, because the Newtonian concepts at the macro level, if you say, like, if we're talking macro, it's in like astronomy and the space, then you need the quantum because the masses get so large that they affect the space-time continuum and effectively alter different relationships between things that aren't just at normal levels. Like
So
round here-
Feynman, are you familiar with Feynman?
Yeah.
He said that quantum physics demonstrated that Newtonian principles on gravitation were wrong. Not a little bit out, they were wrong. So unless
At what level?
At what level?
at quantum level,
Well, yeah, because
yeah.
you're talking about quantum mechanics. Like, at
Yeah,
the
but if
quantum level, a particle doesn't behave the same way it does on a macro level.
No.
They behave completely differently, so you can't apply the
how
same
is that
theory.
true?
Because they've proved it.
Because a quantum, like a particle.
Let me guess, maths.
Because no, they've done experiments. They've taken visible observations. Young's double split.
Visible observations of
Young's
a
double split.
Rutherford's gold foil experiment. Young's is split.
quantum,
Double split.
the quantum eraser
The whole
experiment,
point of
No,
the
no.
double slit experiment.
Yeah,
Young's double split, where he fired a particle at a single slit and
Yeah.
got two
and got
observations.
diffraction because it behaved more
Because
like
it
a
behaved
wave
like a
than a
particle.
singular particle.
Right.
So
So
it behaved like a wave, and yet when Rutherford fired,
So what do you
particles
understand?
at it,
What do you
it
understand? What do you understand that the quantum, the double slit experiment proved?
Wave particle duality.
It proved that particles don't behave like, well, when you look at things like an apple, those particles on a macro level behave as a solid. However, when you go down to actual quantum, everything goes a bit mad. And you have a wave particle duality in which a single thing can exist in a double state.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was then proved and observed. But it's not to say that when you get to, when you're measuring, say,
You're gonna have to walk away. Sorry, the girl's making mad eye contact with me, like me and her want to argue.
I think
So I'm gonna leave them to them. I'm trying to innocently mic'd up, but it's like I can see that she's getting up at you because I'm standing there. She's like feeling. While I'm not there, now she's in her element. Now she's in her. But you know them ones there. You know when someone no. I could possibly cause an argument just by standing there. So let me just not. They are getting something a bit. Sorry, I'm just fixing my mic. Sorry.
Physics and the lawyer, that's what we want to. I said to her, we want her to go to court because she's lying to us. The physicist.
Look at the one in the green bomber jacket. So condescending, Spurs. She's spouting off about quantum mechanics and particles. And that's when they split it. And I wanted to say, what were they viewing the particle split through? With their naked eye or remote viewing? But we're not even going. And then I would walk away, Rocks. I'm going, you lot beg. I have to shut up now. I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, let me just be quiet. I don't know if I'm going to help or... Why am I'm freezing, you know?
Getting cold, I've got my
Bruv,
jacket.
look, I've got a t-shirt, a jumper, and I'm
Cold. Shaking up, yeah.
shivering, bruv. Look, I'm warm. I've got a big coat on, I've got a jumper on, I've got a t-shirt on, and I'm like freezing. My hands are numb. I don't know how everyone else is. I have. I've got some of it already. Jason's getting it all on his mic, so I thought, you know what, if he's getting it, my mic's a bit rubbish. So please, guys, if you want to see that interaction with Riley, please go ahead and have a look at that and tune in and take a look. Yeah, sorry about showing you the floor, everybody. I was just looking at the conversation that Jason's filming. But yeah, I'll get into the chat room. Sorry about the shaking camera. Yeah, I do. I literally do. My hands are freezing. Freezing cold hands. Can you see that? Like, you know that when they go that weird red, borderline numb. And as I said, Riley's over there. Still going in. So I'll park myself at this side of the banner. Here. Just right here. Okay? Oops. Right there. The pattern is a bit monotonous. What's the pattern? The pattern of what? Clive? So, anyway, while I'm waiting for Clive's response, I'm just going to park myself over here at the other side of this banner. And I'm just going to wait for someone to talk to over here. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Sorry. I'll keep it up. I won't put it on the floor. So Brian's now having a chat to those young guys. Dolly, if you're watching, that's Brian Suka from the Really Woke Me Up. So lots of people are having a little look. So yeah. So just going back and forth with people in the chat room now. Awesome, Rob. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to walk around and I'm going to ask some people their opinions. And I know the tiles on the floor is a bit monotonous and people would normally walk away before I get here. Can I ask you what you think about this? Can I ask your thoughts on this?
I haven't got a clue about it. I'm just reading it.
Just having a little read, no worries. I might have come up a bit too soon, but I'm hanging about if you want to ask any questions. All right, darling? Cool. Yeah, darling. No worries. And just as you're walking off, I want to let you know that if you thought that this was the Flat Earth Society saying that the Earth's flat and spinning dish in space is not, we're just out here asking people why they believe in the globe that they've been taught, because it doesn't look like there's too much evidence for the globe, and that's why we're saying it's a lie. I'm not giving you a new paradigm, so don't think that anyone here is. And I'm only saying this as a disclaimer because a lot of people have come up today and gone, "You those flat earthers that think it's," and I'm like, "Oh, crikey, no." So just as you walk off, all we're saying is, if you've believed what the Ministries of Education have taught you and you've taken it all as a given and you just believe that you're on what we're taught, we're asking people to question why they've even believed. And some people don't anyway. Some people by default go, probably. So that's all we're saying. Yeah, just take a look into it because we're not giving you a new paradigm. We're just asking you to question the one that's been taught. Yeah? No worries, darling. Bye. Great. I had to, yeah. Yeah. Hello, darling. You've been reading this as well?
Well, I have.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about whether I believe in it.
No worries.
Here to
I know.
get your question.
Yeah, well, I'm taking down to look at it anyway.
Awesome.
But I just the chap who gave me that I do believe in God and I believe in Jesus Christ. Nobody else. I don't even believe in nothing else, only them.
Good girl.
I was telling this guy how it appeared when I was age 50 that I was told to go and look for a job, and I've done a job with bringing two boys up on my own. Now my oldest is 58 and my youngest is 56. I'm 80 next year.
No, you're not. You're not. I want some ID. I want a pint of what you've been drinking.
Just him.
That's it. That's all you need.
You'll have to have a word with him then, because I nearly give that many people heart attacks. And I'll tell you about this.
You just took my breath away, I'll tell you that much.
I'll tell you about this when I went to career officer I done drama in Concord Street, but this was when I was sent to a career officer, and I went in and I thought that was a job on their own, bringing them up. It was a struggle. Thank God there was you definitely looking after me. Mine would have been on drugs. Mine would have done all the other things. I would have also done the things.
But you were covered. You're covered.
I'm always covered.
That's right.
Every single moment he's there.
Right.
He never leaves my presence.
Good.
And I go, well, I could leave yours, but I know you're always there.
Say a prayer for us then. And you've got a Medjugorje.
Yeah.
Well, someone got brought that back for me. Yeah. I have, so I like it a lot. And then I've got the Holy Spirit. I love the Holy Spirit. Love the Holy Spirit.
Aww.
But when I went this time, I walked in, the woman said, "Can I help you, Lord?" I said, "Not really, Lord, I don't want to do nothing." Now, if you believe in his mother, who said the yes, I was saying no. I'm not interested. Oh, well, okay, my love, I'll send you across the road. He's still there, the officer, goes across the road, and I walked in like this. And as I got in, there was a big board on before the woman come to me. It had drama. Now, I had no interest in nothing, not even that. And I went like this, and she went, "Can I help you, love?" And my eyes went, "Ooh." and he just shot out. She said, can I help you? I said, no, not really, love. Even though I'd seen that, I wasn't interested. Something was forcing me all the while.
Well done.
So I kept going, and I was going like, I don't know how many times I went to go out, and she went, could you just come back a minute? I thought, this woman is through my head in.
Wow.
I was like, so my mind, so I go back then. So she said, are you sure? And I said, I'm sure, love, okay. And I went to go again. But the last time she said it, and she'd seen something in me. And when she said it, she went to me, are you really sure? But she was stressing the words. And I went, yes, love. She said, well, when I said about something, she went to me, well, I think you are. She went, because you're interested in that. And I was like, she's pulling up on the board. And I'm thinking, how could she think
What are
me?
the chances of that? What are the
I thought
chances?
she was
Yeah,
coming for me.
yeah.
So I went, and I've told you before, look, I'm not. I ended up going. It ended up from now, then I went to yes, and I ended up going Cockney Street. She's still going, the woman actually to start. And she actually said, I won't audition you because you don't need audition.
It's meant to be.
It's meant synchronicity. It was meant to be.
Well, I was like, because again, I never classed myself as old, but when she'd said that, I won't think you could do all dolly birds. I was like, and I said, well, so am I.
Well, that's right. Dolly birds.
And when we went in, they were doing dance, singing, and I did tap dance, I did everything.
Oh, wow.
I did singing, I did everything they could do. I had one friend in there who stuck by me, God help the poor girl. She's in a wheelchair. Her mother's in a wheelchair with her. They go around town. And she was the only one that stuck by me. And she used to come with me with dinner. All the others were like, we're too good for you. I done singing, I done everything with them. And in the end, I did pantomime. Pantomime was the pantomime, what she made me look like.
Oh, crikey.
I was a dame, and I had this vision of someone like Cinderella or something.
Yeah.
Or Snow White. And she said, and then the teacher went, now I'll give you all your proper character. Proper character?
What?
I thought I was going to be Cinderella or someone. We did Aladdin, and I was the dame. And I kept thinking, I thought the dame was the man. And I was stuffed up here with jumpers and everything, which made me look like a bit tame. But I believe I was the best character going in.
You were.
So I got the cup, the drama student of the year.
Oh, wow.
Well, mature drama.
And this is all from I don't want to, and it all just looks like it's brought you to where you are now.
But the after that, what got me that came was, I finished my 8 years, I did. I finished my 8 years. I walked down here. I went down there, don't know what took me there, and I walked in the little church. And since then I've been reading the scripture for 23 years.
Wow. That's an amazing testimony.
The other day, but it wasn't great.
They
weren't as friendly as
Blessed
you.
Sacrament.
Yeah.
Down there, it's lovely. And you know what? They're going to teach people to understand the scripture on Friday.
Good.
I think she's an Indian woman.
Good.
I don't know what it is.
That's the thing why I'm out here talking about this,
well,
because
I understand it when I've read it.
darling. And the reason I do this is because I'm like you. The reason I'm out here talking to people is I just keep myself to the Most High, and I try not to put anything between me and the Most High.
I read my scripture every day from that.
Yeah.
Like today's.
And you know what it also says in the scripture? Not to take any man-made and idolize them.
I
yeah.
know.
And you know what I also see. Oh, sorry. I also see. I see in your scriptures. I see in the scriptures that they haven't mentioned this thing that we taught in school. And I'm like you. That's why I just go. Okay. I keep myself to the Most High.
You've got to remember.
Yep.
That God has always been there.
He's the truth.
Jesus Christ.
The truth.
He became.
The Most High.
Jesus Christ is God because
The Most High.
God came as man
The Most
to
High.
show man. And the thing is, God has always been there. Always.
The architect, the designer, whatever
course.
anyone wants to call it. But
I know.
high five to you on that one. High five to you
I'm
on that
amazed
one.
at him, you know.
You're actually the first benevolent person I've met today, and I commend you for that.
There's a few preachers on town who know me, and this man, he goes, the best Catholic woman I ever spoke to in my life, he says. And I say, thanks be to God in the holy name of Jesus Christ. I always say, wherever I stand, it's holy ground.
Can I give you a hug? Oh, bless
But
you. Thank you.
he does everything for me. Everything.
right.
You know, looks after me.
That's right.
I don't take a tablet off your doctor.
Good
I
girl.
go, I've got a better doctor than you.
Good girl. Good
Now, why am
girl.
I not feeling this
Because you're walking the right path. That's why. You
And
keep
as I
walking
said,
it.
That the other day, that daily scripture said that you don't be like those who grieve, who've got no hope.
Yeah.
Because after here, you'll be like Christ, who, if he came back to life, so can we. He can do anything.
Are you going to be all right? It's going to start raining. Do you want an umbrella or anything?
I've got one
You're
in
right.
here, I don't even worry. I go, you get
covered.
In the,
You're
you get in
covered.
the bath and you get your hair wet.
That's
Why
right.
worry?
That's right. Big love to
In this
you.
world, they worry about too many things.
That's right.
They worry about too many things.
That's right.
And I'm going to say this in this kind of way. They worry if they pick your nose. Because you know when Christ spoke to the Pharisees, the Pharisees didn't like him because he mixed with sinners and everything else.
That's right.
And they turned around and said, why do you mix with sinners? They don't wash their hands. And you know what he said? Never mind the outside, you want to look at the inside.
Well said. Never a true word spoken.
So, you know, all the others just
Bad, bad. I see it, babe. You're speaking the truth and you make it shame. You do it. Self-evident truth.
There's no other truth. You can't make one up.
Good girl.
And it just doesn't come from just anywhere.
I'm so pleased I met you today. There is hope. There is hope.
Of course there's hope.
Of course there's hope. It's out there everywhere.
You know, my mum and all those that have gone on before me, they will rise again.
Yeah.
I mean, I pray for them because the world needs prayers.
Yeah.
Everybody needs prayers.
We need to get that positive energy out there. It's too much manifestation of dark energy, man. Big time.
The world needs prayers, you know.
Well said, my darling.
It's sad because, well, I'm going to prayers tonight with the little sisters in Seal Street. You know when you go and you see them, they shine.
They shine their light.
They haven't got a penny. They've got nothing.
Well, all of that's materialistic. That's not true happiness, is it? We know that.
Keep telling people
We know
this.
that.
Well, I'm doing a big poster for that preacher I've shown up
Oh,
before.
good girl.
And I put on it, Jesus said, follow me.
That's it.
He didn't say follow them.
That's it.
Follow him. Follow yourself or anyone else. Follow me is another answer.
There you go.
And he said, yeah, and I wrote it down, and this preacher said to me, what happened to them posters you had? They were lovely. Well, I said, I think it was the Holy Spirit done it for me. He said, well, you never gave me one. I said, no, I offered your friend one, and he didn't bother. So he said, well, I want one, so I'm doing it for him.
Good job. No, I haven't got any, my darling. It was lovely talking to you.
That's what it's about.
It is.
Not
That's what it's
following
all
nothing
about.
else.
But the truth. Just stick with the truth and everything
Following
will be all right.
things, you find you go, whoa.
Well
Why
said.
do you think it happens when they follow drugs?
Exactly.
Follow all the alcohol?
Ah, it's the dark. They just go down the dark path and never
He's
come
give
back.
you the load of answers you can.
Yeah.
You know what? He's just amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, I do. God help. He's I do know.
No one's convincing anyone the earth's flat. Why do you think anyone's convincing the earth's flat? Men taught you that, not the Most High. Like, men taught us that.
I've got a relationship with those
Me too. That's what I was just talking about with this lady. And that's, we were just saying, once you're walking in the path of truth and you remove yourself from certain man-made claims, you start to live a more truthful, clean life. So
what I'm saying,
it's a misconception. It's a misconception.
Instead of putting energy into doing this, imagine if we were all.
No, but when you say doing this, but look how beautiful this is. I've just had the most amazing conversation with this lady as a result of being here. I feel so lucky to be here.
He
You know what I
said
mean?
also believe in nothing else but me.
Don't put anything between me and you know what? So many men-made things we're taught make us do that.
No, I agree that okay, so smartphones, things like that take us away from the divine. We're from.
Yeah, but you know the scriptures don't state that we're taught in school. None of the scriptures say that. That's man-made. That takes you. The Most High told us, don't worship. Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm saying it with love. I mean that. Most High. No. I'm with the Most High. My dad is a Catholic and my mum is a Protestant. unfortunately for
Yeah,
them,
You might.
You know.
I've got a funny feeling. You might know my granddad. His name was Tom Sweeney. He set up the Sisters of Mercy.
I'm going there
that's
now.
where she's
Yeah,
going.
my
Yeah.
granddad set that up with Mother
I'm
Teresa.
going
See,
there.
what are the chances?
I've met Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
You are. You after I've
No,
just
she
heard
put me
you
na- They
say.
put my name in the paper because I'd met her.
How lovely are those sisters?
I've just what have I just said?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go to Wales if you think they're lovely. I was there, Holywell, last week, last Sunday, Saturday. The Bridgetine sisters who do bed and breakfast. They help all people who are addicted to things.
Selfless, isn't it? Doing
Oh
things like
my
that.
God, you want to walk in and see them?
Yeah.
They shine.
Yeah, but you see a
They're
radiance. Yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I see a radiance.
And they
out
don't
of,
have money.
Yeah.
It's funded again, like them down there. I'm going there tonight.
But just so you know, I'm not out here talking to people and telling people the earth's flat. I think that's a misconception. A lot of people have stopped today and gone, why are you out here telling people the earth's flat? And I'm going, I think that's the Flat Earth Society. I don't know who that's not us.
Well, I'm going to their
So yeah, just so you know, no one's out here giving a false paradigm.
I know it's
Can anyone come in?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what she was just saying. It's
I
beautiful.
want to be there
I
where
will
the
if I have
prayer
time,
is.
darling. Yeah.
Prayer is needed so much.
So
in
much
this world.
needed.
Oh, yeah, and in the
All
city.
the horrible things are going on.
Big time.
You read it all around the world.
I think we're in the
Horrible
time
things.
Perpetual.
We are at
isn't
the
it?
end.
Yeah.
It's getting
I feel like with
It's a battle-
2020,
it's a battle for
And
the
you
soul,
know,
20,
you know that
yeah.
2020
And
vision,
you
I
know-
feel like people are going to
and you
see
know when
clearly
he's-
in a minute,
when
you
he
know.
comes again,
Not much time
he said
left.
how
I don't
many
think
will
there's
have
much
to
time
be-
left to try and wake
I
people
think
out of the
Christ-
sodomistic lives they're all
What I
living.
think Christ
You know?
is, he's not going to physically come. It's awareness.
imminent.
It's a Christ
No,
consciousness.
it's
An inner knowing,
An imminent
an inner
way.
knowing.
Or it could be an imminent way, or it could
Yeah.
be the same as when you walk on earth.
But as
with
long
them.
as you have Christ in your heart, I was talking about this in London, and
I would
was
say
actually
Most High.
attacked by demons only 3-4 weeks. Yeah, seriously, man.
But he'll always, you know.
He knows. You're covered.
can't-
If you keep
they
yourself
flee in
next
the
to the
name of
Most High, you're
Jesus
covered.
Christ.
You are. You're covered.
You do.
You're covered. This is
I
what
have
this amazing
everything
lady
I
was
do.
just saying.
If I make anything in the house, no matter what, even on my back things I always have his name on it.
Actually, this lady is the first benevolent, amazing woman I've spoken to today. Everyone else has been a bit like a sheeple, consumer bay. Ugh. But this lady, you can feel the light radiating. I almost feel like my energy is being recharged from her right now. It's
How he looks after
amazing.
me, and I amaze people. and
You're
they go-
self-evident truth
they
of
go
that.
to me, oh my God, you know, then I told you I'm 80 next year.
Yeah.
And like,
Oh, yeah.
I want ID. There you go. No.
I was going to ask for your number.
There you go. Grab your coat. You're pulled,
when I
babe.
when I'm down in town and I do now, I'm going, whoa.
That's it. That's it. You see? You see? Still living, not existing. There's a difference between someone who's living, right? You know?
The Holy Spirit, filled with the Holy
Yeah, well,
Spirit.
that's
it.
why I like to wear everything belonging.
And this is what's amazing about talking, isn't it? You have these kind of conversations. We're not in a pub, we're not in a club, we don't meet each other through friends. We're just three humans having a convo. And that's what they don't want, you know? They don't want people doing this.
Taking tablets. Like, for example, today's scripture is about how much he can heal you. It's not happening. Because people are not doing it. You don't believe.
And what happens when they don't?
And he did it with the disciples. You with your faith.
That's right.
But you can heal people with wheelchairs and walking sticks.
Yeah.
He did it. And he would do it with us. And that's why
But that's what I was saying about the manifestation. I think people,
That's why
when
I
they're
don't-
told they're sick, they believe. You said you don't mess about with them pharmaceuticals. You're not on that. That's probably why she's got a full bill of health.
I mean, doctors, I think, are a waste of time. They're just there for that.
My mum was the
Oh, yeah,
same.
exactly.
She didn't really submit to all that either.
God created all plants and everything.
That's right.
He created
It's
it all,
everything's
so
here.
We have medicine.
Everything's here.
Do you know what I mean? Medicine is in nature.
The thing is,
Saying that, I'm actually got a really bad cold at the minute, and it's not budged. I've taken loads of garlic. I'm going to the doctor's tomorrow.
okay, well, I
Last straw, innit? It's like the last straw. I know them ones.
The last time
It's not like you're skipping there. You're
the
like,
last time I went to my doctor 4 years ago, right? One of the times them anyway. And she put me on something,
I'm outside Primark.
and it was damaging me.
Outside
This is
Primark,
strange.
walk up. I'm just having this conversation.
And I went
with the
down
woman.
for about 2 weeks, and my friend was the same, on the same
I'll
things.
run down
So it
to you
goes
now.
down, and it goes to his doctor. I'm not taking any more of them, I said, because they damaged me. So she went, oh, well, don't take any more. I said, excuse me, but you give me them. So I've never been back since.
Best thing I've heard today, isn't it? Isn't it just an uplift in its own right?
Jesus Christ, he can heal your cold right.
God bless you. I can feel the Holy Spirit.
There you go. There you go. I can see it with the smile on your face. It's radiating out of you. This is what I mean. This is why it's worth coming out to speak to people. It really is. It definitely is. But if you leave this conversation, yeah, that's it.
And that's what we. So
Took the
in a
words right
bar
out
with
of my mouth.
intoxicants and like I've made the vow now. I've had a lot of alcoholism in my family. I'm not an alcoholic myself, but a lot of the time I spend in free time going to bars and I'm done with it. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm being called by God to. He's like, I've got a plan for you. And
You know,
what I mean?
like St.
Step
Paul
up.
in Corinthians, and he said, everything else is rubbish but to know Jesus Christ. Now there's someone that spoke. I say the same. I've got nothing. I don't want nothing. As long as I've got him.
Selfless.
Put your faith
I've
in
got
God.
nothing
That's
in
what you
my
need.
house.
That's what you need.
I just took 3 bags down to the side of
Leave your fishing nets and boats up on the shore.
There you
Follow
go.
me.
There you go. I was only
What
saying the
you
same thing
said?
to someone else.
What
Yeah.
you
That's,
said?
what are the
I just had a
chances?
big
What are the
toaster,
chances?
and
Yeah.
it says on it.
What are the
Preaching
chances?
town asked me to do on forum, and I got on it. You spoke. I didn't say. I thought it. You spoke 2 very important words. It was like I was asking myself, and I wasn't. It was a question. Were they? Follow me. And I just said. He didn't say follow here.
No, why? Because it was the truth.
Follow
It was
yourself.
self-evident.
You don't follow yourself
Yeah.
neither.
Yeah.
Don't follow nobody.
Put your full faith in God.
What do you mean? That's what he
We were
said.
also taught about the falsities that were being taught to people at the time against the doctrine, if you will. And it happens in modern day. People are still getting subverted away from the Most High, teaching people the Big Bang and Darwinism, taking them away from the Creator, bruv. It's disgusting.
I've just finished a degree
disgusting.
in environmental science, and I basically got told on my very first week at university, why are you even here if you don't believe in, they were like, if you believe in creationism, why are you here? And I was like, I don't have to believe in something, I want to save the planet. So,
Is that what they said to you on
they were
week
like,
one?
Yeah, they were like, why? It was this,
That would have got the hairs on my back of my neck up, man. That really would have, man. That's insane. Good,
Have any right to question
You
my
weathered the
faith
storm
or-
then. You weathered it. You just stood firm. Like it says that you stood firm and went, nah, go on. Yeah, you again,
But a
staying
lot
next
more
to the
people
Most
are
High.
becoming Christ conscious and feeling that love, and it's a love that you can't deny.
Well, his love
At
was
any time.
unconditional. And
Doesn't
his
matter
love-
what room you've entered through,
his
as
love
long
is
as you've
also-
entered and you're next
his
to it.
love is
That's what it
also
matters.
pure.
Yeah.
That's why no one will ever have that same kind.
Hi, Red Phil. Thank you so much for being here, and everyone in the chat room. Just seeing the chat room just now. Truth Warrior. What shape is the world? Thank you. Varying Red Bill. 007. Clive
And he
Albert.
wants us to be the same
Truth
way.
Warrior. John
And he said, if
Kennedy.
we follow him,
Everyone in the chat room. Sorry, I'm just talking to this lady and this gentleman just
because
now.
also all this corruption is not from God. The world's
You know it.
corrupted.
Man-made. That's man-made. That's corruption.
So
Yeah.
he said, if you follow me, you will have life. He even says,
Yeah.
anyone who loves his life will lose it.
The materialism.
Anyone
Yeah.
who
All of
loses
that.
his life for my sake will save
Go.
it.
Yeah. There you go.
But when that preacher asked me to do this post-death, he was away in Wales somewhere. I said, I will, but I'm doing it now. And I made it really big, because when he said to me, I said, well, I always go, when I do anything, I go, I did that, like the Holy Spirit was for me. So I told him, and I put on it, big letters, follow me. And I said to him, he's saying, put all the quotes so they can stand there, don't get me. Because we don't take any credit for anything neither.
No.
Here's another point.
Yes.
You take no credit whatsoever.
No.
If you take credit, you're saying, I did that.
No, but there's a difference between taking credit and being the messenger, and being a messenger like you're doing now, conveying
Yes,
the
of
message.
course.
And it's the humbling, benevolent way you're doing it,
Well,
and that's
even
the
likes of
difference. That's the
that,
fundamental
even the likes of
difference.
that, what they're doing, they could probably think they did all that. But I'm saying that's a load of rubbish anyway. But like in the town, when you look at the newspaper,
I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to go to other people, but please do carry on, yeah? So Yeah, so she's basically saying, I'm going to let her carry on talking to the guy in it. So I'm going to kind of just briefly give you a synopsis of what was said there. So, yeah, she didn't agree with, initially, she wasn't agreeing with any new paradigms being given to her, which I agree with. But what she did say, she did acknowledge that the globe that's been taught to everyone was taught by man. And that she keeps herself next to, she used different words, but if I'm analogizing it, you know, she was saying that she keeps herself next to the Most High. So that's exactly what she does. And that I can relate to all day long. Happily, I can relate to that all day long. So, yeah, that was a really nice conversation to have with that lady. And I really enjoyed that interaction. It was lovely, really lovely. Sorry about the floor. Sorry. Let me lean it up on here. See if I can do that. You see me? Yeah. So let me just lean it here. So yeah, that was a lovely interaction with that lady. Spoke to her for about 10, 15 minutes. And now I'm going to go into the chat room and I'm going to see what you guys are saying in the chat room. I'm sorry it's raining. I probably look like I got dragged through a bush backwards. Richard Lopez, hey my brother. Nice to see you in the chat room. Deep inside the rabbit hole. Thank you, my darling, for being here. What shape is the earth? My brother from another mother. 007 again, my brother from another mother. Green King. Massive shout out to Lopez as well, yeah. John Kennedy. Nicely said. You should bring everywhere you go a fake red pill and to spark people. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Brilliant. Thank you, Def. Excellent. Brilliant. Awesome. Truth Warrior. Hello, my darling. Amanda Globe Denier. Flat Out Faith. And Red Pill. Sorry, I'm going through it. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, a couple of inspiring things have been said to me today about what we're doing here as well. The Most High does not change and never mention JC. Believe in the Most High and you're on the right track, 007. Yeah. I can't really, more time, that's what me and most of the people around me do. We refer to the Creator as the Most High. I mean, I've never really been comfortable with names like that anyway. I can't sort any moderator issue. I mean, I can't sort any blocked issues out while I'm live on my phone like this. Someone just went flat on his ass. That's bad. And people are laughing. So, a bit like, okay. So, I can't, do you know what? It's like, this is why I'm down here, because so many people have got issues with being filmed. So I'm not really trying to film people. DeFranco? Strange. Thank you, Truth Warrior. I haven't got any idea about who's blocking accounts. Sorry, do you?
Roxanne?
Yes, yes.
Mr. Cheswick?
Oh, hello, Mr. Cheswick. Hi, I'm just seeing Celtic67 saying that he's got no opportunity to get into the chat room, so I'm just saying to the chat room I can't do anything while I'm on phone. So I'm here. Oh, you're right to be on camera or you want it off camera? I'm here with Mr. Cheswick.
Hello and all that, you know.
Oh, do you know what? To meet you in person, it's awesome.
I'm classed as a troll and all that, so I thought I'd set the record straight now.
Yeah. I really appreciate you being here, my darling. We've had good conversations here today. As I said, I'm trying to get away from giving people a new paradigm. I know that there's no need. I'm growing, and I think you're probably seeing that as I go.
You guys kind of know where I stand on the subject.
I know, I can relate to it now because I'm like that. Even just yesterday, I'll bring you up to speed in a minute, chat room, but even just yesterday, I was in a pub after this. There was 2 people we were talking to. They were lovely people for all intents and services. But then we started getting down an avenue and I found myself getting triggered, like I see you getting triggered. I was like, no, we can't go here. Because if we go here, this is where they go from here. And now we're just as bad as the schools. We're now giving them a new paradigm, and there's no need to give a new paradigm when the one that's been given is false, you know?
My kind of stance on it is that, like, you know, from my own perspective, is that you guys, like, tend to overcomplicate things, but it doesn't really need to be complicated. It's dead simple. To, like, understand it, I mean. And also, as well, I've heard my concerns many times, you've probably known, with, like, all the connections to media and all that kind of stuff like that. Like, I'm very sceptical of all that stuff, like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, so am I. But I don't know how helpful it is to spout it in the way that it's being spouted, because I see that as counterproductive. Does that make sense? Because it creates more spin and more confusion when we've got people coming into this and we've got the flat earth society that we're battling against. Do you know how many people come past here and go, you guys think there's a flat earth? It's like, no. I understand that's the journey, and this is what they want. They want people to be given a new paradigm, and it even happened with me. Look at the right-hand banner. I don't need proofs that it's flat to attack the ball. That confuses people.
But, you know, I just thought to come down.
Yeah, of course.
Try and sort of, like, you know,
Like, clear the air.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Put
I
aside
really
our
do.
differences and that, you know, and see if we can progress.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
yes.
my concerns are with...
And do you know how massive this is to me that you're here? This is like massive that you're here doing this, because I know that this is progress. We're growing if we're trying to do this. We're growing, and you're making the best example by doing this, man.
No, like, see, like, my like whole concerns are with to do with, like, all this Mark Sargent thing. Like, you know, I'm super sceptical of that whole thing, you know what I mean? Because the connection to the media, how do you always pop up on TV, all this kind of stuff. So
yeah, but I've realised that it's inevitable that you're going to come across these people if you put a head. It doesn't take very long to work out.
Suspicious of that, like, or?
Right, let me use this analogy then, without creating more division. So let's say me and you play for Man U, and we're playing Man City tomorrow. A couple of guys on that team we don't like. I don't really think they're in football for the right reasons. I'm not saying I'm saying that about people. Let's just talking hypothetically. And I've said to you before we go on pitch, right, fuck trying to win this argument. I'm not tackling him. Don't like him. And you're going to say, in order for us to win the game, we may have to tackle him at some point. And when we do, are we going to get sent off the pitch? Are we going to win the battle and lose the war? Because if we get sent off the pitch now, we're not going to help the team win the game. And in that sense, my team is everybody that's on the good fight, whoever you are. And I realise, and I've said very early on, I know that I'm going to have to come across charlatans, whoever they are.
Yeah,
I know I'm not going to...
There will be people inside of this.
Yeah, of course. People have called me one.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been guilty of that myself.
We've all been at the receiving end of it. And until we dance with these people and move past, we can't move forward. And I don't mean we have to move past and hold hands and go, yeah, we're all pally-pally. But you know, if I'm going to be bipartisan and I'm not going to be biased, I have to just investigate the truth. And if I have to come across people that people don't like...
We're also in the same boat as well, so we're trying to investigate the truth now.
And who's we? When you say we?
Like, you know, the people who sort of don't buy into the whole concept.
Yeah, but what? Who? Clarify who that is.
Well, you know, that's like people who are sceptical, you know what I mean?
Like who?
So, well, people like myself, people like, you know, the people I talk to online,
Yeah.
you know.
And do you know what I do about the people I'm sceptical of? What? I don't talk about it in public, because I'll give them the rope to hang themselves, which most people are. Can't take the heat, get out of the fucking kitchen. And I'm seeing people creating heat and then burning themselves and getting out the kitchen. So I've realised that I don't have to do anything. I just have to stand back and let people hang themselves. That's what's happening. And I feel like about 8-9 months ago, I was way too far in the forest to see all that. But probably like you, I've stood back a bit and I've gone, everyone's going to do what they're doing anyway. It's fucking every man for themselves here. I could stand back and do this, but that's fucking time wasting. And I know that that's probably why you're here now, because you're going, you are an independent critical thinker, and that's why you, me too.
Who's got my own opinion now.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not saying like I'm right on what I'm saying about
No, but your opinions are valid, nevertheless.
Rather wrong, but, you know, I thought it just come down to just ask some of my questions that I've got, because, like, you know, as you know, I've been banned from a lot of your chat rooms and stuff like this.
I don't know why you're banned on my channel again. I promise you I didn't ban you. I promise you. I'll go on my laptop today, but Celtic67 saying his channel's blocked, and I'm going, I've done all this, I've unblocked everybody.
It's not, mate, you know what I mean? It's like, there's there's a whole load of censorship and all this kind of stuff.
Big time. I know there's people that are getting unnotified, unsubbed.
Voices kind of heard. And then if you guys can understand it from our perspective, you guys are getting promoted in the media, the mainstream, like top of the search results, while we're getting fucking demoted to fuck. You know
But that's because most of the content those channels make are about people. Slander content, but it is slander without evidence. And that's how people perceive it. It's literally what the newspapers do. They create spin with no evidence. And then what people do is they become disillusioned and stop paying attention. And then what you do is you've defeated the object. You're basically trying to get people in the room to listen to what we're saying. And it's like, before we can do it, people on the outside are going, these people are so dysfunctional, they're all fucking fighting like kids. And then we wonder why people call us crazy. And I feel like that's why I stepped back from it. I just went, hold on, everything I'm doing, I can't do anything right. And I'm like, Jason, God, can the next person come out here and just get out and do it? Because if I'm not doing it, I don't see who else is doing it. And I know that we have to do this speak to people stuff. I know that we have to. I just don't know how it's supposed to be done. And if everyone can get off everyone's case, like you're doing now, you're here. And if you're here to give constructive criticism, then I can only thank you and say, come on, I'll shout you a coffee after, because I'm thankful for that. All the constructive criticism we can take.
So I just say, hello, try and clear the air, you know what I mean? And then if we can put aside our differences and then maybe try and progress, you know what I mean? Like without all the fucking bickering and all that kind of shit like that, you know what I mean? And without all the fucking back and forth, if you know what I mean? So
Goes on. Do you agree that gets worse?
As more same thing over and over, like, you know what I mean? So I tend to take a step back, which is why I don't get involved in groups or attached to any.
No one's going to pay attention, and I thought, what we've got to have big time. But like I said, I've noticed there's a massive paradigm shift out here. People all think if you say you don't believe you're on a spinning ball, they by default take that image there in their head. They've already got it there. It's already there. And that's the bit. But for me, I just want to give you a testimony for a second. For me, I let go of space before I came to this. So by default, I knew I wasn't on that. I didn't know what it was. And I didn't need this new paradigm. I'm still trying to work out how I got sucked into that. And I'm going, if you've seen something that I haven't, I'd love for you to talk, because this is really the glitch I'm trying to work out.
Which is you, which is basically fuck all.
Me too. And I'm going, why was I so quick to attach myself to a new paradigm? And then within 8 months, I went, it was almost like something that was giving me a rash. I was like, oh my God, no. That's what I look like. Oh no. And I know, even when I watched myself back 8 months ago, I go, right, yeah, that's called going out on the shop floor without fucking knowing what you're talking about. Silly girl. Now you've got my mum and my dad would say things like, you made a right rod for your own back there, and I did. And I had to spend a lot of time last year and the start of this year at Speaker's Corner trying to retrace my steps and go, who else have I spoken to? Shit, fuck. And it was like, yeah. And then that's why when Dolly woke up, I went, I learnt late, better fucking teach you early. No, don't go. And it was like I had to literally lunge after her. But let me just give you a bit behind with what I'm saying, because I'd watched her for a while.
Can I just get a chance to
speak?
Yeah,
of course you can. Sorry.
So what you kind of think about, say, these people like Dolly who come along and sort of totally misrepresent?
That's what I'm trying to say to you right now. So if you let me finish, last year while I was on the Globe Live tour, Dolly's channel came up on a recommendation. Be it that I'm a girl, there's not a lot of girls in this. I went, what's she talking about? And she was talking about Tommy Ross, the paedophilia thing. And I was like, oh, finished? No. This is my testimony, so let me give you. There are people in her chat room, that's how it's gone. Recommendations and recommendations. There are people I'm recognising in her chat room that come into mine. And I'm going, oh. Obviously, you know, I even woke up to this and transposed from WikiLeaks over to the Cube. And I understand that people...
maybe seen a bit of live.
Yeah, yeah.
And those that haven't, it's been really interesting chatting to different people, getting different viewpoints.
It's an eye-opener, isn't it? It really is. It's all people's different reactions. So many different reactions.
Some are great,
Big
some are
time.
just like, wow, this is really troubling.